Five.
Every time I write a rhyme, I feel like Megatron going against stopping this crime for the very last time. Once y'all stand, once y'all fall,
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher. I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man Muff. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Obviously, you know, my man over here has gotten so inebriated to throw his glasses on here, so he can, you know, hide the inebriation here.
Let me stop being a douchebag and take these out.
You look good.
Yeah, you know, I'll go to like a club or bar or something like that. You know, it's pitch black outside. I see some guy with the shades on. I just want to say, you douchebag. Take off your freaking glasses. Take your glasses off. Don't be an asshole. Just take your glasses off, okay? They're not necessary.
But if he's coming up with them glasses on, I don't know. What do you think?
Look, man. Unless you're Jay-Z, Kanye, or you know, even don't. Just take them off. You look stupid. Okay. I'm just looking out. You look stupid. All right.
Speaking of sunglasses,
yes.
You know, this applies to the guy we're about to review right now.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's right. He always wears sunglasses.
That for a segue, huh? Oh. Hey, you know, let's just get right into it, man.
Okay.
Rick Ross's "God Forgives, I Don't."
I don't.
All right. Rick Ross is an interesting character in hip hop for a variety of reasons. Some people feel he's polarizing.
Okay.
For a lot of different.
Tell him.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
okay.
I know, and I catch flack because you know people who know the type of hip hop I generally lean towards are usually pretty surprised at my opinion on Rick Ross.
Okay.
Rick Ross, you know, and I'm always, you know, crapping on mainstream hip hop and pop hip hop or whatever you call it, right? But I never do that really to Rick Ross because
he will find you and have you killed.
Not even that, because I shit on Tupac albums. But he dead now, I guess. So
no, his boy, the hologram come back and fuck you up.
He will. I seen the hologram. That hologram was intimidating. But anyway, so at any rate, you know, I think he knows who he is and he sticks to it. Okay. You know what I mean? And I think it works well for him. Number one, what works for him and which is consistent with each and every Rick Ross album is the quality production he has. There's no getting away from it. This dude's production is top notch through and through. You know what I mean? And I talked to you before with other artists about having consistent production all the way through and how that affects the look and sound of your album. God Forgives, I Don't is no different. I think the production is incredibly tight. Yes. But that's almost a given. You know what I mean? Just like how when you listen to Jay-Z and Nas, you know the lyrics are going to be incredibly tight. Right? You know that. The issue is going to be the production for them. So the issue right here for Rick Ross is how the lyrics are going to be and how the flow is going to be. Now, for me, the next point is, I've always liked Rick Ross's flow over the type of production that he uses. Always liked it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love his voice. I love his flow. Now, the gift of his flow is also the curse of his flow. He's generally a one-trick pony. Okay. He raps pretty much the same just about all the time. You heard from a flow standpoint, you heard a Rick Ross song, you've heard them all from a flow standpoint, pretty much. Doesn't ever, but again, it still works. You know what I mean? Lyrically, it's not like he's gonna go and he ain't gonna be getting his Talib Kweli on. No, you know what I'm saying? You know what he gonna be rhyming about. Ain't gonna be a lot of positive. Well, yeah, sometimes he'll hit you with some consciousness here and there, but for the most part, it's not gonna be no crazy wordplay. He's gonna make a lot of social commentary. He's not gonna do a lot of that. He may do some. He knows who he is and he sticks with it. You know what I'm saying? People gonna go, oh, this dude was a corrections officer. I don't care if he worked at McDonald's before. I want to know how to have him sound. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about that. At the end of the day, the production is incredibly tight. I love his flow over his production. It always works, and this is no different. Where are you at on this? Well,
anyway, there's a lot of things I like about Rick Ross, but one of the main things I love about Rick Ross is that he makes me feel a lot better about what I say about new hip-hop. Because, you know, on paper, I hate this guy. All right. Okay. On paper, I do. Okay. You know, we used to have the flashy. Oh, you know, okay, look at my rings. Look at I sold this much crack today. How much crack did you sell? I got this much money. How much money you? That does not impress me. You're telling bedtime stories to a grown ass man. So it usually doesn't impress me very much. And there's a lot of rappers out there, and then people say, oh, you just hating on this rapper, you're hating on that rapper. I turn on Rick Ross, and you know he has the presence, he has the flow, he has the beat. The music is dope. All right, like you said, whether he was a correctional officer, wherever he worked, he has his persona, whether it's made up or not. Even though, again, on paper, I hate this guy. But you can't hate on real good music. You just can't. I mean, and he knocked this one out the park. I mean, the last album that we reviewed by him, again, so it's Teflon Don. Great one. Now, if I was gonna have any type of criticism of this album or Rick Ross alone, it's almost like you said. I mean, a lot of his songs do sound alike. Okay, but his flow does. I mean, it doesn't get tiring to me. I don't get tired of it for some reason. And I think that just might be his voice, his flow, his presence. Those three things keep me there.
You know what it is like again, and I'm going to repeat this. I think the thing, what you're saying is one of the reasons why he's appealing is because he knows what he is and stays in there.
Yes,
he stays. And from a formula standpoint, let's go into some of the songs.
I mean, and he's dope. I mean, okay, you got 2 Chainz. Who stays in his lane doesn't mean that he's dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to call out a rapper or anything, but I'm just saying you have to be dope. If you're dope, you're dope. That's it. You're hot.
Well, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired. That's all.
Here it is, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, he keeps the same formula. You got your Maybach Music song in there. Mm-hmm. In fact, it's Maybach Music 4. You know what I mean? This time he has Mia on it. Mm-hmm. He's got the live instrumentation and production as tight as always. You know, because here's the thing about it. Just the production alone is like something you can kind of play for the crib a little bit. Mm-hmm. Real talk. You know what I mean? Today's getting up there talking about crack, then maybe it's probably not a good idea that your mom hears it.
No.
But, you know, I mean, just the production is funky. Now, let's go. Okay. Let's talk about this specifically.
Okay, let's talk about something specifically.
3 Kings with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Now, we just got finished talking about this off camera, so let's just bring this live and direct to y'all.
Okay.
I think that song is the absolute. I was on Facebook talking about. I love this song. I think the production is tight because number one, the production on that song is done by Jake One. It's one of the hot underground producers. If you heard the Jake One Freeway album, I think we reviewed that maybe a year.
I think yeah, a long time.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's a dope underground producer, and I love. I love Jay-Z verse. A lot of people think Jay-Z's verse is a little lazy, but it's not. To me, it's just like him just flossing, you know, doing Jay-Z on it. The beat is sick. The flow is nice. I think the song's off the hook. But you said you weren't. I ain't gonna use the analogy you said. Funny as hell.
No, I'm not gonna go ahead and say that. Let's just say when I saw what's coming up next on my computer, this song with Jay-Z, Dre, and Rick Ross. I'm like, wow. I got really hyped. I got really, really excited. Okay. I'm like, I'm about to be so impressed. My heroes about to spit. My favorite producer, one of my favorite rappers. Man, I got intimate. I lit some candles. I got ready. And when the song played, don't get me wrong. And this might be the reason why I wasn't as blown away as you were.
I was blown away.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, that was a good track. That was a good track. I liked it. I didn't think it was whack.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. Boom! My head wasn't blown off. I wanted my head to be blown off by that.
You know what that reminds me of? Like the way you feel about this song, it's the same way I feel about it's a song that DJ Khaled has out. Mm-hmm. I think it's called Hip Hop, but it's what it is they're using hip hop metaphorically as a woman and how she's a slut and she's been around. You know, something that Common's done. You know,
right.
Hip hop, you're the love of my life with the roots in Common, and Common did it on Resurrection. So the concept has been done before. A lot of people love that song. Mm-hmm. I think it's okay because the subject matter. I mean, I've heard it before. Number one, number two, the beat is okay, and number three, it's on DJ Khaled's album, and it's kind of like. I got the DJ Khaled album, not to digress too much, and just because of the song, but the rest of the songs, I said, I'm gonna listen to this, but God help me as I do. That's what I'm thinking because I can't deal with that type of hip hop. I'll be honest with you, but I digress. Rick Ross, production absolutely tight. So, anyways, going back, the formula. Then he has like the Hold Me Back 9. He'll have 2 or 3 songs that sound the same in the middle of his album. You know what I mean? With the same type of beat. Namely, namely, Hold Me Back 911 is So Sophisticated. To me,
I'm sorry. No. I mean that song. I mean, I usually don't like that type of hip hop. I usually don't. That whole that whole bouncy thing. That's not really my thing. But for some reason, I really like Rick Ross on that song. Hold Me Back was a good track for me.
Okay.
Good track.
Presidential, which actually sports kind of a 90s type of production style a little bit, with the vocal sample in there, is incredibly tight. It's funny because like you say on paper how you shouldn't like it. So if I'm looking at a feature with the Marion, and then another one with Usher, on paper, it's gonna be like, I'm not gonna like this. Well, like, you know, here we go with the R&B, you know, singer doing a hook, whatever. But I like both of those songs a lot. They just work for me.
Very tight.
Diced Pineapple is really the same way with Wale and Drake. I like it. You know. Now you're a little bit funny about this. I think it's real good. It's kind of it's a good deep song. I like it. Okay. Shame, Three Kings. Overall, look, a good solid rock hard 4 for me out of 5 for this album. I think it's really, really, really good.
It's a rock hard 4.
Yeah, man. Was pause? No, on that.
Anyway, I do agree with my partner here though. And, I do believe it is a very solid. No, not at all. But even if we were, the president supports it now, so I guess it's everything's cool. Hey, congratulations to y'all and all that good stuff about the president saying that gay folks is cool and stuff like that. I've always supported gays and stuff like that.
Gays are cool. Gays just ain't cool when they overstep their bounds a little bit.
Okay.
You cool, look, you're cool, but then, then I get real cool, and then, then I get too cool, then that could be a problem.
I can see where you're
what I mean? All right. At any rate, but other than that, you guys are fine.
Anyway, yeah, 4, a very, very solid 4. And, yeah, man, I think it was very solid. I loved it. Rick Ross. What is that?
That's his look, man. Listen, somebody got to have something. I mean, Run DMC had what? No, they didn't. That was Grandmaster Flash.
Oh, that you were right.
I'm gonna give you one more shot. What did Run DMC have?
It wasn't rock.
That was rock. Oh, that's what it is. Run DMC. So you gotta have. I know you know.
It's pretty much. It's pretty much the same thing.
So,
but anyway, yeah, it was.
That's his trademark.
But it's a lot better than that Master P thing. I never understood Master P in that thing. I've asked people from my brothers from the South. No, Master P had that.
That's how they tag their stuff.
I never understood that. But what was that all about? The first time I heard Master P, I think it was "Is There Heaven for a Gangster?" And actually the chorus went, "Is there heaven for a gangster, gangster, gangster?" I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a Weird Al Yankovic type of joint. He was dead serious about that shit.
Look, man, it's funny because on one hand, I didn't like Master P's music at all, but I did respect his business side and what he did. Man, you guys in the South, you guys, Cash Baby from Cash, all of you guys, make sure y'all respect Master P because he set the blueprint for y'all to get y'all little independent on and build y'all brand and then make it hot. Because y'all, if it wasn't for Master P, the South would have stayed whack for a little bit longer than they did.
And Master P wasn't whack?
No, I'm talking about the business end of it. What they did.
The business end of it. Okay,
No Limit Records, what he did. You know what I mean? I think without No Limit, you don't have a Cash Money Records knocking it out the park.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to agree with you on that one, but I have no evidence to either disagree or agree with you on that one. But anyway,
from Miami.
Anyway,
so
yes.
What that mean?
But anyway, yes, Rick Ross is from Miami, from the South, but he's very hot. Anyway, check him out. God Forgives, I Don't. Rick Ross, a 4 from me, 4 from my man. Check it out. Why? Because the Cipher said so, son. We out. Peace.
Yeah, and you don't stop. My man Trey, and you don't stop. Johnny Boombats, and you don't stop. My man Muff, and you don't stop. My nigga Woo, and you don't stop. Little Brooklyn, and you don't stop. Grand Jury, and you don't stop. Jay White, and you don't stop. Cipher Music, and you don't stop. Check it. We rise from the grave with the eyes of a slave. We strive to survive, rocking the mic live. No surprise that we paid. We created a trade that became a craze, and wasn't vice versa. Gave birth to a verse and baptized it in cursive. If you thirst for the real, then travel no further. We murder the fraudulent motherfuckers and went out to get burgers. We hip hop.